Look, choosing your JEE coaching, it's a huge deal, right? Probably one of the biggest decisions you and your parents are going to make. It seriously feels like your entire future is riding on this one choice. And when you think JEE prep, one name just booms in your head: Kota. I've been there, I've done the grind, and I know all the confusion, the hype, and the crazy pressure. So in this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that noise and give you a straight-up, honest guide to making the absolute best choice for you.
So first off, why is Kota such a legend? Well, let's just look at the numbers, because they are kind of insane. According to report after report, year after year, a massive 60 to 70% of all students who get into an IIT have been coached in Kota. That's an incredible stat. It tells you that the system there, with all its good and bad, it just produces results on a giant scale. It's the reason hundreds of thousands of students pack their bags and move there every single year.
But here comes the reality check, the other side of that shiny coin. Out of the more than 2.5 lakh students who pour into Kota every year, less than 1% actually crack the JEE. Just let that sink in for a second. Less than 1%. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you, but to give you the complete unfiltered picture. Just showing up in Kota doesn't guarantee a thing. It's a hyper-competitive world where statistically, the odds are stacked against you.
And that lands us right at the big question, the one you're probably debating in your head right now. Kota jana hai ya nahi? Is it the right path for your personality, for your study habits, and for your family's situation? This isn't a simple yes or no. The whole point of this explainer is to help you build a mental framework to answer that question for yourself with total confidence. All right, so let's get into it. Here's our game plan. We're going to kick things off by tackling the huge offline versus online debate. Then we'll actually rank Kota's top players based on real data, not just posters. We'll unpack the real pros and cons of living there, check out the online alternatives, and then this is the most important part. We'll lay out a winning strategy that actually works, no matter where you are. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with a checklist to help you make that final call. Okay, first things first. The whole coaching scene has completely changed. Today, you've basically got two main roads you can take. There's the traditional, full immersion offline experience, and Kota is the epicenter of that world. And then there's the super flexible, accessible world of online coaching, which you can do right from your own room. Let's break down which one really works better for the most important parts of your
This table pretty much says it all. For just understanding the theory, both can work if you're disciplined enough. But look where offline coaching, especially in a place like Kota, just completely takes the lead. Doubt clearing and testing. The power of having a face-to-face chat with a teacher or even a friend to crack a tough problem, it's just invaluable. And honestly, nothing, and I mean nothing, beats the pressure of taking a mock test in a huge hall with hundreds of other deadly serious students. Online tests just can't copy that real exam day stress.
So, if you're leaning towards the offline path in Kota, the next question is, who do you bet on? Let's take a hard look at the top institutes, not based on their flashy ads, but on their history, their results, and the powerful systems they've built over decades. When you talk about the top tier, the absolute giants of Kota, you're really talking about these four. You've got Allen, the undisputed market leader right now. Then there's Resonance and Vibrant, both famous for their super strong academic systems. And of course, Bandsaw Classes, the OG, the pioneer that literally invented the whole Kota coaching industry. Statistically speaking, if you want a top rank from Kota, your best shot is getting into a top batch at one of these four. And of course, we gotta talk money. Here's a quick look at the financial side of things. As you can see, a 2-year classroom program at any of these big names is going to set you back anywhere from 1.6 to 3.5 lakh rupees. Allen, since it's the leader, usually charges the most. But, and this is a huge but, remember, this is just the coaching fee. This doesn't include the cost of living there, which is a massive piece of the final puzzle.
So let's talk about the real all-in cost. When you add up the average coaching fee with the average cost for a decent hostel and your living expenses, which is roughly 12,000 rupees a month, the total cost for 1 year can easily shoot past 4 lakh rupees. So over 2 years, you're looking at an investment of 8 to 10 lakhs. That's a serious financial commitment that every family really needs to think about.
Okay, time for some real talk. We've seen the rankings, we've seen the price tags. But what is life actually like for a student in Kota? Let's peel back the success posters and look at the day-to-day reality of the coaching capital. This slide just lays it out perfectly. The good stuff? It's undeniable. You get a competitive environment you won't find anywhere else. You get taught by some of the best teachers in India, and you're part of a system that has a proven track record. It's total academic immersion. But The flip side is just as real. That same competition creates intense stress and burnout. Being so far from home can lead to loneliness. And as we just saw, the financial strain is huge. A big part of this pressure comes from a unique system in Kota called reshuffling. You absolutely have to understand this part of the Kota system. Your batch isn't permanent. Every month or so, you take a big test, and your score decides your fate. Do well, and you get promoted to a higher batch with better teachers and more focus. Do poorly, and you get moved down. This system of reshuffling creates this relentless, cutthroat competition because everybody is fighting to get into those top batches, and the fear of getting demoted is always there. This quote, man, it just hits hard. It's from an actual IIT Delhi student who went through the Kota factory. Even after cracking one of the toughest exams in the world, the mental impact of that environment can stay with you. The constant comparison, always being judged by your rank, it can make even the smartest students feel like they're not good enough. It's a powerful reminder that acing an exam doesn't just magically erase the mental toll of the journey.
Okay, so if all that intensity sounds like a bit too much, let's switch gears and talk about the alternative. The boom in edtech has made high-quality online coaching a very real option. But the big question is still there. Can you really get a top rank in JEE just by studying from home? See, the biggest pro of online learning is freedom. You save time, money, you're comfortable. But that freedom is also its biggest con. It takes an iron will and a level of self-discipline that, honestly, not everyone has.
So when you're looking at the online guys, here's the quick and dirty summary based on what students are saying. With IITian Digital, you get their trusted system and materials, but you're paying a premium for it. If you're super self-disciplined, competition has great content, but it's really easy to fall behind. Khan Academy gives you a crazy amount of choice in teachers, which can actually be overwhelming. And Physics Wallah is the most affordable, but you gotta be careful about time getting wasted in classes. The main point is, there's no single best online platform. They all have trade-offs. You have to pick what clicks with your style.
All right, now we get to the most important part of this whole thing. Look, whether you choose Kota, a local coaching center, or study online, success is never guaranteed by the institute. It is guaranteed by your strategy and your consistency. This is the universal blueprint. This is what top rankers follow no matter where they study.
Think of your prep in 3 phases. The first 4 months are all about building a rock-solid foundation. A lot of people mess this up by jumping to advanced problems too early. Don't do it. Master your NCERTs and solve every single problem in your coaching modules and DPPs first. Then, in the second phase, you level up. You start hitting the advanced books and, most importantly, you take weekly mock tests to see where you stand on a national level. The final phase is just full-throttle revision. It's all about mock tests, analyzing every single mistake you make, and hammering your weak topics until they become your strengths.
And what does that look like day to day? It's not magic, it's just math. We're talking about a 12-hour academic day, 6 hours in class, followed by at least 4 hours of focused self-study. Then another 2 hours just to review everything you learned that day. But the last 2 points are just as crucial. That minimum of 6 hours of sleep, it's non-negotiable. It's essential for your brain. And that 30-minute walk or break, that's not a luxury. It's what keeps you from burning out and keeps your mind fresh.
This advice from a student who's been through the fire, this is pure gold. This is the JEE mantra. Trust your teachers. Trust the material they give you. The biggest trap students fall into is running after 10 different books, which just creates confusion and a huge backlog. Your coaching material is designed to be all you need. If you can completely finish your class notes, your DPPs, and your modules, and then master previous year questions, you have done more than enough to get a top rank.
All right, we have covered a ton of ground. Now it's time to bring it all home. Use this checklist, both students and parents, to make a confident, smart, and personal choice that's truly right for you.
Take a second and really go through this list. Be brutally honest. First, the student profile. Are you mentally wired for the kind of intense, non-stop competition you'll find in Kota? Check their past results, but be skeptical of fake numbers. Is their material good? How's the infrastructure? And this is critical. What is their system for clearing doubts? For the parents, does the total budget, including all the living costs, fit without causing huge stress? The goal here isn't to find the best institute. It's to find the best fit for you. We've analyzed everything from institutes to study plans. But before you go, I want to leave you with one final thought. This is the mindset that will get you through this marathon no matter which road you take. Here's the absolute bottom line. A great institute like IITian or Resonance gives you a fantastic platform. They provide the teachers, the material, the competition. They give you an edge.
but they cannot give you the rank. The rank is earned by you, through your hard work, your discipline, and your consistency, day after day for 2 long years. The Institute builds the stage. You are the performer.
All this analysis can be paralyzing, I get it, but the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. Your JEE prep starts today. So what's your first move? Here's a challenge for you this week. Shortlist just 2 institutes, online or offline, that feel like a good fit. Then, find a way to attend a demo class or just sign up for their scholarship test. Stop thinking and start doing. Your journey to an IIT begins right now. All the very best.